All right, welcome back, everybody. I told you I was splitting this into two videos, so we are resuming where we were on page 8. So to find the sum of the interior angles, what all the inside angles add up to, you just take the number of sides minus 2 times 180. For the exterior angles, they always add up to 360 degrees, which makes sense because you're going around the outside. It's a circle, 360 degrees. All right, to find each interior, it's a little bit more work, but it's still not bad. We've got two methods. I just didn't want to put too much in one video. All right, so first of all, how to find each interior angle for a regular polygon, which means all the angles are the same. So method 1 and method 2. Method 1, you find what all the interior angles add up to, which is what we just talked about. So take the number of sides minus 2 times 180 and then divide it up into the number of sides and angles. All right, so there's the first way. The other way, which I like better, you know that no matter what the figure is, the exterior angles add up to 360. So if you just take 360 and divide by the number of sides, that'll tell you the exterior angle, and then you can subtract it from 180 to find the interior. Again, this is my favorite way to look at it. Because the interior and exterior angles always add up to 180. All right, so if I were to draw this, let's say we've got part of a figure kind of sticking out over here. If I have an exterior angle, let's say this is 100, this would be 80. They always are supplementary. They add up to 180. So if you can figure out what each exterior angle is just by dividing 360 by the number of sides, you can just subtract from 180 and you're good. So if I want to find the measure of one interior angle of a regular decagon, we'll look at both ways. So method 1, if you want to figure out one angle of a decagon, that's 10 sides, figure out what they all add up to first. So we do 10 minus 2 times 180. Okay, so this will tell you how much they all are. So 8 times 180 in your calculator, because if it has 10 sides, it's going to make 8 triangles. Got to remember that. So 1440 is what they all add up to. Well, if you want to find just one, divide by the number of angles. If there's 10 sides, there's 10 angles. Divide it, and you get 144 degrees. So you'd figure out the sum of all of them first, and then divide by the number of angles. The other way to do it, so let's say you didn't like that method or forgot about the triangles, no matter how many sides it has, all the exterior angles add up to 360. So if you do 360 divided by 10, because there's 10 sides and 10 angles, that means that each exterior angle is 36 degrees. Well, like I said before, an exterior and interior, so here's my exterior right here, add up to 180. So if I now just do 180 minus 36, I also get 144 degrees. So it's entirely up to you how you want to approach that. You can use your sum and then divide by the number of sides, or you can divide by the number of sides and then subtract from 180. All right. So let's put it all together. Find the measure of the following for a regular pentagon. So we're looking at 5 sides. The sum of the exterior angles, 360 degrees. One exterior, well, if they all add up to 360, and there's 5 angles, 5 sides altogether, 360 divided by 5 is going to give us 72 degrees. And they're all angles, so don't forget your degrees. If you want, you can draw a pentagon. The easiest way to do it is to draw kind of a house. Now, for the sum of the interior, if you can't remember, Just pick one point, draw it to all the other points. You have 1, 2, 3 triangles times 180. But again, it's just the number of sides minus 2 times 180, which I just showed you in this picture. It's 3 times 180, which is 540 degrees in all of them. So if you just want to find one of them, now that you know it's 540, you can divide the 540 up between the 5, and you get 108 degrees. Or you could have done 360 divided by 5, which we did over here. And we know that they're supplementary, so then subtract from 180. Either way, for one interior, you'd get 108. So lots going on there. Some of the exterior is 360. Some of the interior, just take the number of sides minus 2 times 180. To find each exterior, divide by the number of sides. To find each interior, divide this by the number of sides, or find the exterior and subtract from 180. All right, a couple more types of questions here. These are all exterior angles. All the exterior angles add up to 360. So 4r plus 7r plus 5r plus 8r equals 360 degrees. I like it when it's exterior because you know it's always going to be 360. So we have 24r equals 360. Divide by 24 on both sides. R equals 15. All right, so it says find R. We did that, so I'm going to circle it. And then find each exterior angle. Okay, I'm just going to do my work over here. Keep it organized. 4 times 15 for this first angle right here is going to be 60 degrees. You can either write it over here on the side or over here. It doesn't matter. 7 times 15 is going to give us 105 degrees. Again, put it either spot, doesn't matter. 8 times 15 is 120. Oops. And finally, 5 times 15 is 75 degrees. And I'm going to circle those either on the picture over here or over here on the side. Make sure you show your work. To find the interior angles, it's a little more work because with exterior, they're always add up to 360. With interior, it depends on the number of sides. So let's put this together with what we talked about in the last video. How many sides we got or how many angles? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 minus 2 times 180, that's 2 triangles. It's going to add up to 360. But think about a rectangle. That has 4 sides too. 90, 90, 90, 90. It's always 360 no matter how it's stretched. So if we add these all up, 2x plus 4x minus 20 plus 3x plus 10 plus x equals 360. Combine your like terms. So we have 10x and then negative 20 plus 10 is not negative 30. It's negative 10. Add 10 to both sides, so 10x equals 370. Divide by 10, x is 37. All right, and then I wanted us to find each interior angle. So this one's 37 degrees. It's an angle. 3 times 37 plus 10 is going to give us 121 degrees. 2 times 37 is going to give us, not 36. 2 times 37 is going to give us our next angle of 74 degrees. And finally, 4 times 37 minus 20, I'm kind of out of room, is going to be 128 degrees. All right, on the next one, again, don't think it's just going to be 360. How many triangles can we make? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. So 5 minus 2 times 180. Again, you would be able to make 3 triangles. So 3 times 180 is going to give us 540. And if you want, this information is already in your packet up here. So you can double check to make sure you did it right in this table on page 7. Almost done. Okay. So they all add up to 540. Same thing. Add them all up. If you add up all your x's, you get 9x equals 540. Divide by 9. X equals 60, and then plug it in. So we have 60 degrees. This, by the way, is not drawn to scale, so if it doesn't look right, that's okay. 3 times 60 is 180 degrees. That's definitely not a straight angle. 2 times 60 is 120 degrees, and 120 degrees. All right, last question. Oh, there's actually 2, but this one moved to page 10. Name the convex polygon whose interior angles have a sum of 2,520. Well, sum of interior angles, that's the n minus 2 times 180. Well, we're going to work backwards. Instead of knowing the sides, I know that they total this. Well, let's solve. Let's work backwards. Usually the last thing we do is multiply by 180. Well, let's divide by 180 and get rid of it. So now we have n minus 2 equals 14. And then just instead of subtracting 2, we're adding 2. 16 sides. But it says name it. Not a special name. It's just 16 gone. All right, make sure you name it. And then 8 moved. This is actually on this page too. So an exterior angle measures 72. Find the number of sides and the measure of each interior. Exterior is easy. 360 divided by 72. It's always 360. Normally we divide by the number of sides. So if we're trying to figure out the number of sides, divide by the value. So we get 5. So an exterior angle of a regular polygon is 72. Find the number of sides. 5 sides. And the measure, so it's a pentagon. And the measure of each interior angle, remember they are supplementary. So if it's 72, subtract from 180. So the interior angle is going to be 108 degrees. All right, practice starts on page 10. You're going to be working on this for the next day or so. Make sure you look back through these videos. If you have any questions, stop and see me or stop by the Math Lab. Have a great day.